Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to live trading session of the NFP, which is a non-farm payroll US fundamentals. Um, we'll be looking at a couple of US dollar cross pairs and also some um, few assets in the index market, especially the one from the US, since the news that we have today are focusing on the US. So looking at our forex calendar to see the potential direction of the dollar based on this is that when the news came out today, when the news came out today, average hourly earnings are still the same as last month, but 0.1% lower than the forecasted price. A non-farm payroll change is 187, of which this number is increasing from the previous one. It's also less than the forecasted number. So far, I'm seeing negative sentiments, and the unemployment change is at 3.5 when last month was at 3.6. So this number basically measures the percentage of total workforce that is unemployed, right? Unemployed being the key word, which means the number of unemployment is going down from the previous one when it was expected to be 3.6 or to be the same. So generally here, what we're getting is that this is the only positive news, with unemployment rate going down, but the numbers of unemployed people is sort of a confusion. I would say I'd anticipate the dollar to consolidate. I wouldn't expect some sudden market movement based on the news. However, I don't know what's going to happen based on the volumes that are put by traders in the market. So with that said, this is the setup that we've been running with since a couple of weeks ago. On the dollar index, we are expecting to retouch 103 and then push further to the downside. I'm negative on the dollar based on the NFP. And looking at gold spot, um, I'm anticipating some further push to the upside here. So I was anticipating that reaction down there that may not remove this tool, because I was anticipating gold to come tap into this area. Now it's somewhere up here. So yeah, we had the reaction that we've been looking for at around 1920, 1925. That was the level we were looking at. So we had a nice liquidity sweep right here. Nice liquidity, first nice liquidity sweep, and then a reaction to the downside. So what we'll be looking for right now is a discounted price and an order block, probably in this region. 5 minutes is the last place we're going to look for an order block. So let's see, let's pull our fib and see if it falls under the levels that we need. Yeah, actually it does. It's actually way below. So I'm expecting a retracement towards this area. Stop losses below, and then target the high, right? So as long as you can get a 1:5 risk reward ratio trade, I think you're good. I would like to think that we are, yeah, we did. Maybe we did, maybe we don't. We didn't. So this was the last lower high. So I'm expecting to see um, a close above that level. Then we can push high, actually above this whole consolidation area. So I think this is where liquidity was building up. Now we've taken the downside. It's time to continue the push to the upside. So as I said, with gold, BPUSD still haven't changed. Still expecting the market to come back to 1.26, which is somewhere here. Yeah, 1.26 before we can push further to that high. No longer expecting us to come back all the way here, because we've mitigated that. Look at the nice rejection, and we also had a change of character somewhere here, or you can put it here, it's fine. We still changing trend here, so we need to push to the upside and cover this imbalance that's here. US dollar CAD. So here's what I was looking at this as a liquidity sweep. So clearly it wasn't. So here's where the liquidity sweep happened. So I was expecting if we get a push above that, then I'm looking for buying opportunities. But if we get a push below this, I'll be looking for selling opportunities. So let's clean that up a bit. And this is what we have. We've taken out this liquidity here. So we've just taken out this liquidity point here, which was also an order block. So it's a failed order block. So I think going forward, I'll be looking at this order block as my area of interest. Um, this one right here. So I'll be looking at taking buys when we get to this demand level and look for a level above here. So probably I'll be looking to take out, yeah, to take out this liquidity right here, right, with the US dollar CAD. Um, German petty. So we had the market opening nicely at around 15,900, and then it melted to the downside, breaching yesterday's lows, which was my liquidity point. So now I'm expecting a further push to the upside. As you can see, my risk reward ratio tool, maybe that can get us up there. However, a good setup that I would say we must look out for is this one right here. Even though there's a gap above it, but this will look like this could be a nice selling opportunity up here. One of a great setup. So um Dow Jones, we opened at around 35,230 today, and yeah, we pushed up. I was expecting us to violate yesterday's liquidity or yesterday's resistance level, but we didn't. We came back to the opening, to the closing and the opening price, so to speak. And then we still haven't touched yesterday's lows or yesterday's support, so I'm expecting that liquidity to be taken out. So in the grand scheme of things, what am I looking at? I think this would be the setup that we are looking at as far as Dow Jones is concerned. Let's see if we can get to 35,500 once we've tested 35 35,100. Yeah, 35,100, and then we can push up. Nasdaq. With Nasdaq, I have this setup that I took earlier, which was running at probably 1:4. So I was expecting the market to come back here to take a second entry at around 15,425. We haven't reached that level yet, but when we look at the spike that we had here, it's pushed, influenced, sorry, by the NFP. Maybe we can cover this imbalance and be able to take the trade further to the downside, and potentially violate yesterday's lows. So yeah, that's it from me for today's NFP. Be vigilant. I hope you did your chart markings ahead of time so that when the news come out, you know which are your areas of interest or which areas you need to act once price react accordingly to. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. Cheers.